Welcome to the Totally Insensitive podcast, where we give our real takes on the entertainment industry, politics, pop culture, and more.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Listen, my whole family loves it, man.
They're the first thing I turn on.
Think you can handle it?
Yep, I'm ready.
Well, shut up and sit down, because the show starts right now.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Totally Insensitive podcast. I'm your host, Matt. I have a special thing going on this week. We have Sam and Tripp in the house.
I'm not here.
Oh, sorry. Dahddi Tripp.
Yes, I have arrived.
So, this episode is going to be a little different. I'm basically going to monologue like a supervillain. But I'll have two audience members that will, I'm sure they'll have questions or input.
Can I ooh and ah the whole time?
You are more than welcome to ooh and ah all you want.
Creating your IMDb page, I will be rating you based on Rotten Tomatoes score.
That's totally fine. So,
I won't be doing that.
So I only get one rating on Rotten Tomatoes?
For me.
Okay,
Not
I can
like
work with that.
Give it a one.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
I'm gonna put in. I don't know. I don't even like tomatoes. Put it in a bun.
No, we're not putting it in a bun. So yeah, essentially, I took Latin in high school, so I learned a lot about like Greek nonsense, a lot of Greek mythology. I kind of like that stuff. I name a lot of my animals after like Greek gods and goddesses and shit. I don't know why. I'm weird like that.
Sounds like a thing.
It is.
People do.
But yeah, so if you're listening right now and you don't like, mythology or history, you could just turn it off.
Or suck a dick. No, I
Or
can't stand
suck a
that
dick. It's a good point.
Suck a dick, suck a mother.
Oh, jeez. So I will give you two a little background on Apollo before I talk about him, okay?
He fucked a tree.
You're getting ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
So Apollo is a Greek god. He does have titties. He is the god of the sun, music, poetry. This one confused me. He was the god of like medicine, but also of plagues. So he healed people, but he gave them bubonic plague.
Yeah, like God and the fucking flood for Noah's Ark and shit.
Pretty much, yeah. And he was a god of a bunch of other shit too. He's like the Greeks' favorite god. He was very popular.
He was really good at PUBG.
Pretty much, yeah. He was the best at Minecraft. He built the best houses.
Fucking God.
But his name was also linked to like a bunch of different animals, like wolves and dolphins and mice and pythons and deer and swans. Even though swans are dicks, but
fuck a swan,
right?
Fuck with anything that lives on top of the water.
Like boats.
Yeah, that's not living.
Yeah,
that's totally.
Well, yeah, they eat stuff and they move. They make noise. Swans are like boats.
Anything you take out of this mythology podcast is swans.
Swans are like boats. Yeah. You could ride a boat and you could ride a swan.
And both of them eat and shit.
That's very true, yeah.
Boats don't eat shit.
They do eat, though.
Boats don't have buttholes.
Sure they do. It's just on top of their heads.
This is bullshit. I'm not feeling the boat talk.
All right, well, I'm sorry.
No. No, I'm highly upset.
Well, we don't have to talk about boats anymore. We can go back to talking about Apollo. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine.
No, I won't talk about boats anymore, Tripp. I'm so sorry.
Tied to swans.
His name's tied to swans. So he was born in kind of a weird way that I think you guys will find interesting. So he's the son of Zeus. We all know who Zeus is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the big electric guy in the clouds.
Oh, now I do.
Yeah.
Informing me.
Yeah, Hercules is dead. You're welcome. And here's something that people don't really know. His mother was, her name was Leto. She was a whore. But Leto was a titan. She was like
a destiny titan.
Didn't she eat her babies?
No, that was a different one. No, you're okay. That's a totally different one. Titans are like the gods before the gods.
Oh, so he doesn't have a one-eyed mask, and he isn't Titan skating across the map, fucking people up and pissing them off.
They have nothing to
No.
do with the
No. No relation.
Well, thanks for informing me. See, I didn't know that. Now,
That's what this is for.
exactly.
So,
Sponsored by Bungie.
sponsored by Gamer Subs. So Leto was actually no, that is not our new sponsor. Sorry, I don't know who it is this week.
You need to get a
Any relation to Jared Leto?
Jared Leto? Probably. They probably look the same.
Oh,
She was depicted as a modest yet beautiful woman.
modest.
Yep.
And beautiful.
I don't like that word.
So she
Which
wasn't
part?
Slutty. She was inside of
Modest.
She was actually very modest. She was not slutty.
Oh,
Very good.
Yeah, right?
damn.
But anyways,
Fucking-
so Zeus and Leto get it on, right? But Zeus is married to this bitch Hera. Hera doesn't like that Zeus is fucking other women, even though he does it all the time. Literally all the time. So Zeus gets pissed. No, sorry. Zeus gets his dick wet. Hera gets pissed.
Ooh.
Hera's not very happy, and she sends a dragon to chase this bitch across the planet.
Whole ass dragon.
A whole ass dragon. The dragon's name is Python, by the way.
Dragons are real? Question mark.
In Greece, yes. In
Greece?
Greek mythology. So yes.
I'm so-
But the funny part is, Leto wasn't the only person to fuck Zeus, and then Hera like fucked them up. And it reminds me, the list of people that fucked Zeus reminds me of the song Mambo Number 5.
I don't know that song.
What?
Neither.
A little bit of Antiope in the song,
yeah.
a little bit of Callisto's all I need, or something. So we got Antiope, Callisto, Danae, Europa. This one's good. He fucked Carmen Electra.
What?
I'm just kidding. It was just another
Reference?
bitch named Electra.
Oh, okay.
It's a moon.
Demeter, he fucked, and Leto. But that's besides the point. Just he'd like to put his wiener in women. Yeah. He could. I mean, he was the god of the gods. He's gonna put his dick in whatever he wants.
What else do they do, you know?
Exactly. So basically, pregnant Leto's running around the planet, running from this dragon, trying to find a safe place to pop this kid out of her hoo-ha. And she finally finds a safe spot on the island of Delos. And I don't know if you played Assassin's Creed, but the island of Delos is an actual place. It exists. You can go there. The last Assassin's Creed.
Odyssey?
Odyssey.
Oh. See how long it's been since I played?
Oof. Origins was a long time ago.
I thought Origins was right before Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. So anyways. Also, Leto's having twins.
Ooh, Hermes.
Yeah. She's pregnant. No.
Oh.
Artemis.
Oh.
Artemis and
To do with the wing feet.
Apollo. Nope. Hermes is the one with the winged feet.
Hermes. Shit.
Artemis is the goddess of the hunt, wilderness, wild animals, and like chastity.
I thought that was Athena.
Nope.
Athena's god of war,
Oh.
right?
Kind of war and wisdom.
Uh,
So
No, Kranos is the god of war.
get out.
No.
Back God of War.
Sponsored by PlayStation.
Jesus.
Yeah,
So
jokes are here.
Leto pops out Artemis first, and Artemis somehow turns around and helps her mother give birth to Apollo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Pops her out, she turns around and basically gives birth to her own twin brother.
Wow.
Wild.
That's very sweet of her.
What I've taken from this is the people in Greece didn't have TV soap operas.
Yeah. So they kind of had to make up their own shit.
Yeah. I said, hold my beer, I fucking got this.
Pretty much. And then basically, his mother, Apollo's mother, feeds him nothing but nectar and ambrosia, which is like the food of the gods, which they mention in a ton of different like mythology things. And he
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
Yes, exactly. But she only feeds him this for 4 days, and at the end of the 4th day, he's already a fully grown, like, hairy-ass fucking man. Man god.
I just spit that shit on my pussy yesterday.
Pretty much. And the first thing he does is he goes and kills that dragon.
Fuck yeah.
That's the first thing he does.
He grows up a couple days, and then fucks a dragon. I mean, kills the dragon.
He kills the dragon. Fucking dragons is in Shrek, not in Greek mythology.
Yeah, only donkeys.
Donkey!
Says.
Pretty much. And the best part is he kills the dragon in, like, this holy temple and just splatters the walls with fucking blood. And then they name the temple after him.
Dragons have blood?
Yeah.
Goddesses give birth through their vaginas.
Yeah, I mean, can you question any part of this story? It's all pretty factual.
Most of it is, it's factual. I can't question anything.
I think we need an expert. Let me call one of my buddies and bring him down to the pawn shop and get him to make sure that this is all truthful.
Oh, all right. It works for me.
I'm Rick Harrison. This is my pawn shop.
Oh, boy. Well, I have a lot more stories about Apollo, but most of the stories I'm going to talk about are about him fucking things.
Yes.
And those things not wanting to fuck him back. One of them's actually really fucked up, so I think you guys will like it. Yes. Yes, exactly. We'll take a break, though, and then we can talk about that. Hi, guys. I just want to take a second to talk about the network. If you go on our website right now, you'll see it's completely updated. Nice, sleek, clean. I got some pretty moving pictures on there and shit. It's nice. One of the things you can also see on there is we've added sponsorships to the network. So if you're a YouTuber, esports team, a gamer, podcast, reach out to us. We're looking to pay people through our sponsorship program. And there's more info on that on our site. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty. But yeah, go check that out. And I realized today that I guess some of our stuff is actually pretty funny because a 50-year-old woman loves the show.
Yes, she does.
So, Tripp, you met this very nice lady today.
Yes, while I was working in her home. I was listening to the podcast, episode 16, about Sandy Hook. And
I don't know where gigolos get, like, time to listen to podcasts.
Damn it. But anyway, why did you tell everybody my job? Anyway, yeah, I'm working in her home, and she came around the corner, and she's like, and I hear her laughing, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll cut this off. I hope you didn't. I said I'm sorry for anything that you might have heard. And she goes, oh no, keep playing it. I was actually going to ask you if you can plug it into my Bluetooth so that I can continue to listen too. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, she really enjoyed it. And we ended up, while I was working on her unit, we ended up having 3 episodes play through fully. And she is looking into getting some merch from the merch store.
Yes. So Peggy, if you're listening, tell you what, I'm going to send you a free mug. But you got to email me your address. So email me matt.reilly@insensitivenetwork.com and I'll send you a mug because that's just an awesome story and we're glad to have new fans.
Whoa, go Peggy!
In your email.
What's that?
Why do you have the word titty in your email?
I don't have titty.
You said titty.
INSENSITIVE.
I heard titty.
You always hear titty. Speaking of titties, let's get back to the show. Hi, guys. I just got to take a second to talk about our featured podcast of the month, The Good, the Bad, and the Sequel. This is a podcast hosted by two really cool dudes, Doug and Jamie. They're talking sequels, and they're doing it in two parts. So, first, they're interviewing, actors from these movies or someone involved with the film. And, sometimes it's a director or a writer or, an actor. And the actor will provide some sort of insight or, their talk about their job and how they, helped with the movie or whatnot. And, those are some pretty cool, interesting, amazing stories. And you're definitely going to want to listen to those. So the second part of their podcast is kind of a discussion about the movie, what the sequel to the movie got right and what it did wrong and what it could have done to do better. So this week and some of next week, they're going to be talking about three things. We got Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. They have an interview with Joe Castro, and they're going to talk about Terror Tunes 3. So definitely tune into them. You can find their links on our Instagram, on the website, on Twitter, all our social medias, and just go check them out. They're really good dudes, and their podcast is awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Welcome back, guys. So I have 6 kind of short stories. Six. But they're totally worth it. So they're all about Apollo. They're all about how he was loved by humans and gods. And they're basically all about his love affairs. And every single one of these ended poorly. So
did he make a lot of demigods?
I don't know off the top of my head how many kids he has. But if it's anything like any of the other gods, he probably has a lot of fucking children.
Maybe he can be my new dad.
He may be.
Ryan's your new dad.
Oh, shit. That's right. Hey, shout out to Mom.
Jeez. Yeah, apparently he had many children.
I would like to learn about all of them right now.
Right now?
Every single one. Let's get on to it.
Ooh, I don't know about that, dude.
Well, he was a bow user, so he killed the dragon with a bow.
Yes, he did kill the dragon with a bow.
He didn't fuck it.
He did not fuck the dragon. Correct.
Fucked it up.
But Donkey did.
Donkey.
Alright, continue, Matt.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you the first story, which is essentially the reason why crows are black.
Huh.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
That god just painted them.
No, even better. So there was this human princess named Coronis who Apollo knocked up with actually one of his sons, Asclepius. Yeah, their names are nightmares. But essentially, this human princess Coronis fell in love. I can't speak today. Fell in love, pretty much, with this random guy named Ices. Not ICEES or ISIS, but it sounds the same. But essentially, the two of them were fucking around behind Apollo's back, and they got ratted out by a white crow. And the crow went and told Apollo of the affair, and Apollo got pissed. And apparently his rage was so fierce that it burned the feathers of the crow. And crows have been black ever since.
How old is he?
Apollo?
Yeah.
He's a god, so...
Forever? That doesn't work. He was born.
Yeah, he was born before forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know, they don't give ages. But, yeah, so he burns the crow with his rage. And then he goes and he kills Ices. And then he's so pissed off that after his kid's born, he asks his twin sister, well, more like orders his twin sister to kill Coronis.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Pretty dark, huh?
They all seem like assholes.
Oh yeah, every single one of these guys are fucking dicks.
Except for maybe Zeus.
No, Zeus is kind of a dick too. A lot of this reminds me of The Boys.
Oh, okay.
They're like heroes and they know it, so they're dicks.
Yeah, and the people being born from them see that they're evil and shit, probably.
Some of them, yeah.
If you're happy and you know it. Clint.
Funny side story. That's kind of why the Titans. Essentially, the Titans were the same way. They were like corrupt dickheads, and the Olympians killed the Titans, who were technically their parents, but semantics.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say facts.
Well, these are facts. Everyone listening, this is real.
Yeah, this all happened.
We saw it.
I was there. So this is the story that you guys will really like. Okay. So basically, after all that nonsense with Coronis went down, maybe a year or so later, even though gods are immortal and time is relative, Apollo fell in love with Marpessa, who is the mother of Cleopatra. So, Cleopatra the snake lady.
Egyptian bitch?
Yeah, that one.
Wait, I thought the snake lady was Medusa.
Yeah, that one too.
There's two
Cleopatra.
snake ladies?
No, Medusa had a head of snakes. Cleopatra just she really liked
All
snakes.
snakes?
She probably did, honestly.
Alright, as long as we're fucking
about.
Jeez. So, another character, Idas, who is the son of Poseidon. So it's essentially Apollo in Greek lineage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He raped Marpessa and stole her from her family.
Nice.
And Apollo wasn't very happy about this.
Oh.
So he started chasing him.
And he raped him.
No. Even better, dude. So Apollo's like this knight in shining armor. He's coming to save this bitch, and then he finally catches up, and Apollo and Idas start fighting. And Zeus comes down and he's like, "Hey, hold the fuck up, Marpessa. You got to choose between Apollo, the guy who's trying to save you, or Idas, the guy who raped you." And she chose the rapist.
Oh man, what's that called when someone's taken by
Blue balls?
No.
Oh. I know what you're talking about.
I based the whole song off of it, Polly.
Bad in love. Halsey.
That's Nirvana.
That's Halsey.
That's
Oh,
Nirvana.
Munchausen syndrome.
I was talking about the Halsey song.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
So she thought the reason she did it is she thought Apollo wouldn't love her for the rest of her life.
And she knew the rapist would at least keep fucking her.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's terrible.
Banging that ass. And
Yeah. But I mean, this is the place we live in. You know what I mean?
I fuck with this story.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So
How do I feel about that?
well, I guess you just have to hear the rest of his stories, and then you can judge him on the type of person he is.
We shouldn't judge people we don't really know.
That's true. You've never met him.
Sorry about that.
So you guys know kind of the story of the Trojan horse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they had to sneak into that bitch with the giant wooden.
Right. Right. So you kind of know who the Trojans are.
Yes.
They're not the condom people.
Mm-mm.
Trojan run.
Actually, funny story. The man on the box of the Trojan condoms, that's Apollo.
That's Roman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't in the movie Troy, didn't they pray to Apollo and shit?
Yeah. So this story kind of relates to why. The Trojans, they did pray to Apollo. They really liked Apollo. And the reason why is, so Cassandra was the Trojan princess at the time. And Apollo wanted to marry her, but she was kind of a stingy little bitch. So he had to, pretty much a cunt, yeah. He had to trade her a godly gift. So he gave her the gift of prophecy. So she was an oracle, essentially.
Like that bitch with the eyes that fall off?
Yeah. No, those were
Witches.
kind of.
They were werewolves.
Sure. So,
Lions.
they were definitely lions. Lions with one eye.
Lions with 3 dicks.
I don't know about that.
No.
I can't get behind that one.
A lion can get behind you and give you one of those 3 dicks.
He can certainly try.
He gives you good.
He probably would. It would probably feel pretty good.
Yeah, you'd probably nut.
Anyways, that's semantics. So Apollo's gonna give this bitch the gift of prophecy in exchange for her hand in marriage. And Cassandra reneges and says no. But the shitty part that sucks about gods is once a god gives a human a gift, they can't take it back.
Damn.
So Cassandra gets this gift of prophecy, and Apollo gets blue balls.
Poor guy.
But Apollo's not stupid, so he starts thinking of ideas to get back at her. So what he ended up doing was he took away her ability to persuade people. So she has this gift of prophecy where everything she knows is true and she predicts the future and all this shit, but no one believes this thing that comes out of her fucking mouth. So it pretty much renders the gift completely useless.
Yeah, she was stuck in a frat house.
Pretty much. He didn't rape you.
No, but
Man. It's bad. That's
Are
bad.
you rethinking the whole thing right now?
I rethink nothing.
I stick to my guns, motherfuckers.
Yes, essentially. Okay. So this next one is a good one. This next one's about a tree.
Ooh, was
This is
one
the tree.
spoiled already? Ba-dum.
Not the details.
Oh.
This is actually one of his most famous love affair things.
Well, I've never heard of this.
Arrows, right?
Huh?
Fucked over arrows or something.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay. So
God damn it, Sam.
there was a nymph, which is like a woodland elf creature, a forest elf, if you will. Yeah, named Daphne. And
Fucking bitch.
not from Scooby Doo.
Uncover this mystery, bitch.
Not that Daphne. Jesus. I'm a nice guy. Why won't girls fuck me? That's Apollo. Meanwhile, he's killing bitches left and right. Oh, God. So Daphne is a woodland nymph. And she made a promise to Apollo's sister, who's like the god of the woods and all that, or the goddess of the woods, that she would...
Hold on one second.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you do this whole story in a accent, please?
What kind of accent?
Any kind you want.
Dahddi.
So Apollo's out here, right? Apollo promised Artemis that she was going to stay a virgin forever. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Apollo, being the honorable guy he was, he falls in love with her and stalks her for a long time. Till one day, Daphne, she just can't handle it no more. So Daphne, being the daughter of this river god Peneus, he feels her pain, and he decides to help her out. So just as Apollo's about to get his mitts on her lips, she turns into a fucking laurel tree. Boom, snap, pow, right into a tree. So Apollo swears he's gonna love her forever, regardless of the fact that she's a goddamn tree. So he pulls off a piece of her and he wears it around his neck for the rest of his life. And that's just the kind of guy he is.
So we tell you to do an accent, you go into a stand-up comedy routine.
What do you mean?
It sounded exactly like stand-up there. That was perfect.
Dude, that was awesome. You sounded like a fucking... Like, I imagined you as, like, honestly, like, Danny DeVito right there. Like, Danny DeVito had a fucking accent like that.
A stroke.
What can I say? I'm a man of
Became a
many
fucking
voices.
Italian.
Yeah, that was
I'm
like...
just waiting for you to throw a fucking spicy meatball in there or something and smack Sam with your pee-pee.
That was like a Chicago Bears fan accent. Inner city.
Chest hair.
Yeah, one greasy chest hair and like one eyebrow.
Yeah.
Like one really big eyebrow.
Yeah.
If we went
I'm
deep
very
on
glad
this
that you
accent
did that.
thing, you could
Well-
pull off the Mickey Mouse one for the next story.
I got it. What was that, Sam?
Mickey Mouse next story.
I don't know if I could do Mickey Mouse for an extent. I can literally say like 5 words as Mickey Mouse.
Your voice bleeds.
I don't even know where that voice came from. I've never done that before.
Dude, you did a good job.
Thanks.
Pretty nice.
You should become something.
you know what, Tripp? I'll work on that.
When you get there, let me know, because you're going places.
Thanks, man. Thanks. So we can. So yeah. So Apollo, he fucks chicks. He fucks trees.
Trees.
Yeah, but he also fucks. Yeah.
Himself.
They're kind of vague about whether he gives the tree a hug or whether he puts his wiener in it. You know what I mean? There's a gray area. But no, he doesn't love himself. He loves dudes.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't picky. And boy, did dudes love him.
Oh, God.
Actually, 2 of his, most famous male lovers were turned into a plant. So not only... Yeah, dude, I don't write this stuff.
Fucking nature. He's a nature fucker.
Well, him and his sister are kind of like nature gods. So...
I was a fucking nerd bard.
What are you doing?
A nerd bard. Yeah, he's a nerd bard. He's a nerd bard with washboard abs.
Yeah. 300 level abs.
Yeah. Exactly. So one of the dudes, his name's Cyperasis. And so him and I'm gonna call him Cypress because it's just easier, and that's kind of what his name translates to. So what?
Cypress Hill.
Oh, okay. So Apollo and Cypress have this love thing going on, Apollo's putting in his pooper, whatever, they're in love or something. And Apollo gives Cypress a baby deer as a pet. And so Cypress is out in the woods, he's hunting, he's got his little javelin, and the deer was sleeping in the bushes, and Cypress accidentally kills the fucking deer. And Cypress goes into a fucking fit. He's in hysterics. He's crying. All his fucking mascara's running. And he basically begs Apollo to let him suffer for the rest of his life.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Apollo turns him into a fucking tree.
What's with the trees?
I don't know. But all of his lovers, fucking trees.
It's a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep thinking he's cool, and then you tell me the tree stuff, and I'm like,
Right?
I wouldn't want to be a tree.
Not in any of these stories, because you're either getting fucked or you're getting turned into a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or both, yeah. So I got one more story, and this one's a doozy. This one's gonna get you right in the feels.
Oh shit.
You ready?
Yes.
No.
Well, too bad. So the last of Apollo's unfortunate lovers is Hyacinthus. This is a really sad story. And by that I mean Apollo gets royally fucked over.
Haha, what a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, we like Apollo.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I mean, Apollo, you're the man.
That was He was a baby for 4 days. So Hyacinthus was like one of Apollo's like favorite little fuck toys. And they kind of like, you know, they loved each other back and forth or whatever, you know, how that works. So there was the god of the west winds, Zephyrus, who also liked this kid, Hyacinthus, and was like really fucking jealous. So Apollo and Hyacinthus were, you know, out practicing in the fields, playing discus. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? They were touching wieners.
Doing stuff, bro.
So Zephyrus, I should say it this way. Hyacinthus goes and throws his discus, and Zephyrus, the god of the winds, makes it fly back at him, and it hits him in the fucking cranium, and it kills him.
Oh, no.
Killed by his own discus.
Exactly. So Hyacinthus is laying there, fucking blood gushing out of his head. He's headed to the underworld, and Apollo didn't allow Hades, the god of the underworld, to take like all of him to the underworld. So Apollo took like his blood and made a flower out of him.
That's some serious medicinal skill there.
Right?
Needs a
Fucking alchemist bard.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think the moral of these stories is that you should really just keep your hands to yourself.
Stop fucking with everybody, or everyone's gonna fuck you up.
Fuck plants.
Because one way or another, you're gonna get fucked.
You're gonna get fucked.
So yeah. So that's kind of the story of Apollo, and you know, everywhere his wiener's been.
So Apollo's basically my dad.
He could be. It's either Apollo or Zeus. Yeah.
Huh.
Mom, you got some splaining to do. Got some splaining.
Jeez. But yeah, so I have a lot of stories about different gods, but I think maybe once a month, once every couple months, I'll do one of these and talk about a god in extent. I gotta figure out who I want to do next. You want to do one about the Titans?
Yeah, I'll even research it so I can know.
Sure. We could do that. Pick a Titan. Pick a Titan. And next month we'll do an episode.
Well, Cronus is the coolest because he ate
Alright.
these, right?
Let's do one on Cronus.
Right, he's like the lord.
I want to do that one too, but I'm gonna do a Exo Titan from Destiny. Teach you some shit.
Sure. We'll do it'll be the Titan special.
No,
Buy
you
Destiny 2 on Steam now. It's free to play.
Free to play.
Don't plug Destiny 2 on my podcast for my 30 listeners.
Oh,
31, sorry, Peggy.
31, Peggy!
Hey!
All right, guys. There is one last thing I want to talk about. Like I said in the little mini ad break thing, go check out the site and please leave us a review on iTunes. Those reviews really help, and they tell me what you like in our episodes, because if you don't like certain shit, well, honestly, you could probably go fuck yourself. But, you know, we do want to kind of aim these things at our listeners so you guys actually enjoy our content. So you don't want to listen to me shoot the shit about, you know, Greek gods for 45 minutes. You should probably let me know.
Yeah, tell him
Suck
something
my
you
dad.
want
Heard that
What
episode.
what they said
or something.
or something. All right. Well, thanks, guys.